welcome back to Learning Made Simple with Uncle Sam. I'm going to be teaching you how to play the keyboard and make it very simple for you to understand. Follow me, let's do this together. So, today we're going to be talking about the major skills in the new series which I titled Technician Without a Soul. So we're going to talk about the major skills, and later on in our next video we'll talk about the minor scales and the chromatic scales and blade scales and so on. But today our major focus will be on the major scale. As I said earlier on in the last week, I will show you how to run the C scale on different pitches on the keyboard. So over here we can start by do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So I'm going to show you how to run the C scale on different keys on the keyboard. So go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, so you just do that down, down, and down. So you get the same thing using the same hand technique which I taught you. So let's dive into what we are doing today. So I'm going to teach you the major scales. So everything we're going to do today is just going to be focused on this, just from here to here, this part of the keyboard. That's all we're going to focus on today. So on the keyboard we have 7 notes. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and we also have some like other black notes, some like minor notes like. So we also have the major notes. That's the tonic solfege. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do on the keyboard. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And we also have the the chromatic notes. So that's it. But today I'll focus on the tonic solfege, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and I'll focus on the major notes in the solfege. So on these 7 notes in the solfege, we have 3 major notes, which are do, fa, and sol. That's 1, 4, 5. I know many of you must have heard or seen something like that, but if you've not, welcome. So we have the 1, 4, 5. The 1 stands for the do, the 4 stands for the fa, and the 5 stands for sol. So to play the major notes, there's a technique. I don't want you to try to cram or memorize. Just understand the technique, and you see you can go with different measures on the keyboard. Just when you understand the technique. So when you want to play a chord on a major scale, you have to follow the technique of 1, 3, 5. That's how you play a major chord. So you look at the keyboard, and based on our first lesson, I taught you about the numbering system. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, and this is 7. So when you play this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you understand the numbers. So to play a major chord, let's say play a C major, that's a do. You use the same technique. This is my 1, that's my do. This is my 3, that's my mi. This is my sol, that's my 5. Do, mi, sol, do. So that's your do chord on C major. So how do I get my fa? You look for your 4. Your 4 is always a fa. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you take the same technique. 1, 3, 5. That's do, mi, sol. That's your fa. For your sol, you do the same thing. Where's my 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my sol. So when I get my sol, I play the 1, 3, 5. That's the first note of sol, the third note of sol, and the 5th note. That's first, third, and that's the root, third, and 5th. So you play 1, 3, 5. So that's your sol. So you've completely learned how to play the major chords on the key of C on the keyboard. So you go, and I'll also dive into that very well. You might also be wondering, how did you get that? Or maybe I'm confused. I'll break that down for you. That's why I'm here. That's why Piano Made Simple is here, to break things down to a very simple level so you can understand. So I got my do through C scale. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, which I taught you earlier. And looking at the key of fa, you run the scale in a different way. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So you go tone, tone, semitone, as I said, tone, 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 semitone. So tone, 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 semitone, this key is bad, don't mind me. So that's the same technique you use for your do, fa, and so. So you have a better understanding of how to play your do, fa, and so. For your do, mi, so. For your fa, la, do. For your so, ti, re. So that's it. So I'm going to play, I'm going to use this to play like a little highlight with a highlight beat to show how you can use this as a beginner to do something you might find interesting, maybe whatever, any kind of song, maybe in a church or anywhere, or let's say during your leisure time, you can practice this. You can create a highlight beat. To solo with that is very easy. You know that's why I asked you to know your tonic solfege very well, which is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When you know that at the tip of your fingers, you see everything on the keyboard gets easy. So you see, so you can just play like that. So that's just it. So that's it for today. That you've learned the major skill on how to play chords on the keyboard. So during our next lesson, we'll talk about more on how to use this, and we'll go about the minor scales, which are the re, the mi, the la, the ti. So we'll talk about that during our next lesson. But during this week and before the next video comes out, try to practice this very well. The do, the fa, the sol, the do, the fa, the sol. So just practice that very well. Then when we meet next week, we'll talk about the second topic in our series titled Technician Without a Soul, and we'll focus more on the minor chords. Thank you, and if you have any question, feel free to drop that in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.